I would like to thank all of our speakers and experts that we have here today. We've got over a dozen of them, and I am thrilled to have them here, as I know all of you are as well, to teach all of us all of the details that we need to know about shared solar and community distributed generation in New York State. So thank you to our speakers for being here today. We also have several different organizations that helped to make this event possible. Energy Democracy Alliance, the Alliance for a Green Economy, Co-Share, and the Center for Social Exclusion, the Center for Social Inclusion. The Center for Social Exclusion was not invited. So thank you to all of those organizations for your support. We really appreciate it. And also to all of the volunteers that are here with us today. We could not do this without you. I certainly could not do this without you. So thank you for all of your efforts. It is much appreciated. We've put together a really exciting program for everyone today, and we really appreciate everyone taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and make the drive here to Syracuse. We hope that everyone gets a lot out of our program. So at registration, you received a folder, this folder here. Inside on the left, you've got your agenda and your program. And then on the right side, you've got a bunch of really great information from the organizations that help to make this event possible. So it gives a lot of details on the work that they're doing and on their missions. So please take a look at that information at your leisure. It should be pretty informative for you. And gives just more details on the important work that they're doing in our communities. In terms of the agenda and the program, the overarching theme of the day today is we're going to start with a broad discussion on community distributed generation and community solar. And then throughout the day, we'll get more and more specific as we hash out the details of community solar and the projects that we're all working on. So it starts broad, gets more specific, and then we'll end with a networking session. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to talk to each other and to learn about community solar, talk to the experts. It should be a really great day. We start off with the introductory panel, Promise and Prospects for Community Solar, Voices from New York State. The speakers will be explaining the opportunities for shared solar and who they think it will benefit the most. Then we will have our first full panel presentation, setting the stage, national and New York community solar markets. That'll give us some more information on the current policies and programs in New York State that are supporting community solar projects and the national trends that are emerging from the solar market. After that, we'll take a brief break before we enter into our second full panel presentation, Community Solar Models, Lessons Learned and Opportunities for New York, which will provide us with more information on the various community solar projects happening around the country and how they might be able to be replicated here. Following the completion of that panel, we will have lunch. So we will be feeding you throughout the day, so that's good news. And then we will, after lunch, I'll get back up here again and I'll explain more details at that time about the breakout sessions that we'll be having in the afternoon. A little bit about those now. The first track, Getting Going with Community Solar, we'll have a more in-depth discussion of the different models available for community solar projects. Each of our experts will then be facilitating smaller group discussions where people will have the opportunity to ask very specific questions about your project. So that should be really interesting for people that go along that track. The second track, Nuts and Bolts of Community Solar Project Development, will have 3 panels, and I'll get into more of those details after lunch. So as you can see, we have a pretty packed day for you. And luckily, I wrote this joke down, so. Luckily, we will all be ending it with a networking session with a cash bar. So there's alcohol for you at the end. That's my joke. The planning board has been doing tons of research on shared solar over the last several months, and we have fit a lot of information into the program today. We'll have facilitators that will be asking questions. And so, since we have 200 people here, we know that everyone's got tons of great questions, but we won't really have time for them in the morning panels. So what we're asking you to do is, if you have a question, on the table in front of you are index cards. with a couple different colors. And we're asking that you write your questions on the cards, and then we'll collect them during lunch, and then we'll ask the panelists those questions later on in the day. The colors correspond to the different panels. So white is for the first panel, the promise and prospects for community solar, blue for the second panel, setting the stage, and yellow for community solar model. So just jot down your question, and if it's for a specific expert or speaker, just write their name down, and we will try to get to as many questions as we can. We'll have so many opportunities for you to speak with these people one-on-one, if not in the smaller breakout sessions, then at the networking session, or perhaps over lunch. So don't fret, you will get your question answered. And if you don't, just email me next week and I'll track it down for you. Does anyone have any questions on the questions? White is first, then blue, and then yellow. And we'll remind you as we go along in case you happen to forget. You are welcome. Any other questions? So the first speaker that we have here for you today is Chris Carrick, my colleague at the Central New York Regional Planning and Development Board. He is the manager of the energy program over there. Chris has been working tirelessly over the last few weeks to put together this program for everyone, giving us all this incredible opportunity to learn everything there is to know about shared solar. And I don't think I have ever met anyone as passionate about energy as him. So, turning it over to Chris. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning. It's so great to see such a fantastic crowd here. Thank you so much for coming. Ooh, I need to grab my clicker. I also need to grab my glasses since I approached that age. So welcome to all of you. Welcome to the forum. Welcome to Syracuse. Welcome to Central New York. By show of hands, how many folks traveled from other parts of the state or country to be here? Wow, that's fantastic. This is really great. So for those of you who did travel, welcome. We've got a lot to celebrate here in Central New York, in addition to all the great work in Solarize and all the help that we've received from our volunteers. We're doing a lot in sustainability through our Save the Rain campaign that Onondaga County is managing. We have the highest number of registered LEED buildings per capita of anywhere in the country here in Central New York, if you didn't know. That may be partly due to the fact that Rick Fedrizzi, the founder of USGBC, is a Syracuse native, so we're very proud of that. For those of you who are from Syracuse, we apologize that we scheduled this on the day of the first playoff game for SU. We did not plan that intentionally, but hopefully this will be worthwhile. I also want to thank all of our partners that Katelyn mentioned, in addition to all the folks who helped us put this on, all of the organizations that we are working with in our solar program. We've been fortunate enough to work with really some of the top-notch, best talent in the country, if not the world, in terms of advancing the ball on solar. So I want to point out Meister Consultants, which is on the program, folks from the Rocky Mountain Institute as well, and as well as Optinate, which is working with us on our municipal solar program. I want to thank in particular the organizations that helped sponsor and support this event, in particular NYSERDA, the New York State Energy Research Development Authority, which has been just a terrific partner for us over the last number of years, and our solar work and all the other work that we're doing. And also thank the Department of Energy. We have been a team member for the Sunshot Initiative over the last 2.5 years, and we could not have put this event on without the support of NYSERDA and the DOE. So let's all thank them for helping us. Before I get into my presentation, I just want to make some comments about why are we calling this a forum, a community solar forum. We were intentional in choosing that word as opposed to a conference or a workshop or anything else that we could have called it. And that's because we want this to be an open exchange of ideas. And we've tried to structure this day that you will receive a lot of information, but also be able to speak with each other and with our experts. What I found over the last few months of doing this research is that the difference that separates someone like me, a novice in community solar, and the experts is really just one successful project. So I think if you take nothing else away from the day, you're all one successful project away from being experts and being able to be up here next year. So let's approach the day with that spirit, and I think we'll have a very productive day.